Well, let me show you the little chicks here. They are 2 weeks old. Pretty feisty. Got them in a 4-foot swimming pool here. One of these blow-up types. And they're out in the barn. Growing real well, feathering out real well. I've got 18. I wound up with 21, lost 2 in the house and 1 since I brought them out here about a week ago. So these should be doing fine, but I did lose 3. Got 18. And got an old feeder in here. I've had that for years and years. And then I've got a little 1 quart water. And they have gotten so tall that I've had to put the feeder up on a piece of 2x4 or whatever that is, 2x. And then I had the water up on a 2x4 and it was still getting foul pretty good, so I went ahead and put it up on 2x, so it's up about 3.5 inches. They can absolutely jump out of this, could have probably when they were a week old. So what I've done, if you can see that, is some of this deer netting, bird netting. Real big believer in that for keeping chickens in, whether they be adult or babies. To give them a little more headroom, I stacked some pots, some half-gallon pots up in the middle, and I've just, you might not can see it, but just got that netting draped over it to give them a little headroom. When I scare them a little bit, or if I start to change the water or whatever, they get kind of freaked out and they'll bump their heads all up in that net, so they could jump out easily right now. But it's about time, about another week, and they will be they need to be out in the yard eating grass, and hopefully they have feathered out by then. I won't have to run the light. I do have that light just hanging down from the rafter there, and but it's only a 60 watt, so that's all they're getting at night, and they're doing fine. So that's they really haven't needed a whole lot of heat. It's been kind of warm. We've had some the first week of their lives had probably 70-degree weather at night and 90s in the day, and now it's in about the 60s and the 80s. So 60s at night, 80s during the day. So they're fine. I'm leaving the door open most of the time during the day when I get up and come out here and look at them. But they're doing fine. I got all different colors. Got some orange, I got some yellows, some buff that look like the rooster, and then I've got some got orange heads on them, and some that are kind of black with orange heads, and just a little bit of smorgasbord of everything. But I'm going to again in about hopefully 10 weeks or so. These will be going in the freezer. Hadn't done that before, so this will be new for me. But probably going to skin them and not pluck them, simply because I just don't have a plucker. Now if I decide to buy a plucker or build a plucker, then I'll pluck them and I'll show you all that, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to skin them. But just want to show you that a swimming pool is a great way to raise baby chicks, you know, for a week or 2 or 3. And when this is done, then I just let the air out of it, and next year me and Mama got us a hot tub. Okay, maybe not. But it is a great way. I looked for one of those blue molded plastic ones, not the blow-up kind, but just the blue, like a 6-foot, 5 or 6 foot. And it's just too late in the year. Nobody had them, so I should have bought one in the summer. But those, I've used those before, and they are excellent. They don't hold them for long because they will jump out. These are 10-inch sides, I believe. And after about a week, you'd have to put some cardboard or something around it to stand it up around it to give them to keep them in, or put some bird netting like this. A really big believer in the bird netting. I'll put a link to some to a real long roll and a shorter roll on Amazon. I'll put a link to those below the video. But anyway, I just thought you might want to see the chickens. They still alive. I ain't killed them yet. And let me get them run around for you a little bit. They love to run around. Come on, run around, run around, run around, run around, run around. This is one I'm laying there and said, dude, you don't scare me. But yeah, they're pretty. Those buffs, you know, I'm not getting attached to them because again, they're going to make a pretty good meal. But the buff seem to be growing. That right there is probably a rooster or something. He's bigger than the rest of them. So, and I'll probably have half and half rooster, half hens, whatever, or pullets, but I'm not gonna raise them. I'm not gonna raise them to lay. These are gonna be meat birds, and they may not meat out very good. They may not really, put on any poundage, and I may be eating some skinny chicken, but I'm gonna eat them one way, one way or the other. Thought you want to see them, and I believe. Say goodbye, chickies. Bye. They like it when I do my hawk. Watch. Psst. Psst. They get quiet. But they are climbing and stuff, so the bird netting is keeping them in. And I do have some tape here on the sides to keep it in. I just kind of undo it and re-stick it as needed. But the tape tapes the bird netting to the plastic here, so they're not getting out. Not yet, anyway. I believe. Say goodbye. We gone.